Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hello, Raz.
Hello.
How are you doing?
That was a quick setup, by the way. That was like lightning fast.
It's very, very easy to set up the podcast.
Yeah.
Super easy.
And to just think of an idea and go, yeah, let's do a podcast right now. 30 seconds later, it's recording.
So we hadn't done a podcast for a little bit, just because we've been busy. We were going to do one at Coachella, weren't we?
Yep. But just forgot. Literally just got there Thursday. Was like, can't really be asked. I just want to vibe. I want to eat some crisps, have some jerky, sink some beers, usual Chella things.
Just basic dude stuff.
And then by Friday, it was like, oh, well, everyone's playing music now, so we can't really. I'll just get copy struck to fuck.
We do want to do more, or I do want us to do more podcasts on site, because it's just an easy win, I think, when we're sat at camp anyway.
Two birds with one Connie, innit?
We won what?
We won Connie.
Connie?
Yes, that's what Ali G said, innit? Right, never mind.
Heard that. But I do think it would be good, and we were going to do one at Coachella, and Raz kindly packed the podcast equipment in his bag, portable podcast equipment, not this stuff that you see here. And yeah, we just didn't do it.
Just went to America for a round trip.
It did,
but you know what? I'll do it again. And the next time we go, it'll be a much better environment for it.
And I think, we should definitely keep bringing that wherever we go. I did remember to do it. I was like, we should do it, but I was like, I feel like I'm always nagging everyone, and even though they're on an expense trip, I still don't want to just be annoying.
You respect people's time.
Yeah, so even though we did need to do, we didn't need to, but it would have been nice to do a podcast. I was like, I'm not going to mention it unless someone else is like, oh, we hadn't done the podcast, and then it didn't end up happening. So maybe I'll nag a bit more next time. But I mean, me and you have spent all day today, literally all day, booking channel stuff.
Yeah, it's been great. Good to get like everything. You'll know. Just adding stuff to my tasks list, because it's so much easier to just get stuff out your head. Like when you know you've got a million things to do, just get it on a list. It's all in the cloud, and you don't have to worry about it. I can access it from anywhere on any device, and just get it out your head. And I'm building.
Do you still use that Google app?
Tasks? Yeah.
See, I just use the Notes app.
Oh, Notes app is like, because you got to fuck around with formatting too much. Whereas Google Tasks, you just go put it in there. You can just put it in as one liner. You can put it in as like, you can attach a date. You can add some notes if you want, but you don't have to. It'll show up in your calendar when they're due.
See, if I make a list of stuff I need to do, I don't need to add a date myself, because it's like, I just need to do it. Obviously, I've got a lot more time to do channel stuff than you do.
You not heard that speech about like, write down your dreams, attach a date, and then it becomes a goal?
Yeah, but if it's in the list, then it needs doing. So I'll just look at the list and do it. But that's easy for me to say with more free time than you, Raz. But so we've spent all afternoon. We're like the best part of like 5 hours, because you came around at about midday.
Something like that.
So we spent a lot. It's warm, innit?
Yeah.
Spent a long time booking stuff, and we've got a significant chunk of stuff booked. We have spent more money than I care to imagine. But
it's interesting, just to put a point on it. So we spent obviously spent a lot of like business money, and it was so interesting going through it and like looking at it through the lens of like a business. Whereas you book a flight, let's say it's a grand for 4 people, and you go, oh, I don't want to spend $1,000. Because we're Yorkshire and we're like tight with money and that.
Small business, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But like when you think about it, would I pay 250 quid personally for a return trip to somewhere that I want to go? You'd be like, yeah.
We always did, didn't we?
Yeah. From day one, it was always like, literally, I'm going to sling you 250 quid if you're booking it. I'll worry about it later. I'll figure it out with a credit card. I'm absolutely there. But yeah, booking it now is like, I don't want to spend my businesses, my boys' money. Like, try to turn a profit here, and yes.
So the difference, the thing that we a little peek behind the curtain. So we seem to have almost accidentally this year fallen into a pattern of just front loading everything.
Yeah.
So normally we'll book stuff when that month comes around. We'll book stuff, but now we've got like all our US trips booked.
Yep.
We've got our RV rentals booked well in advance. We've got our flights booked for like Europe, for further afield than Europe, for America. Everything is booked with a few exceptions.
one thing I just thought of, need to change a car rental.
I'm dreading this.
I'll
So
see. This is the good thing about the tasks app. I've just thought of it, so I'll put it in there. Now it's out of sight, out of mind. So I can come back to that now, and it's out of my head.
Yep. So we've got loads of stuff booked. Aside from, there's a few tickets that we need to buy still for like a few festivals that we're going to. But because we're seeing all this money leave the bank,
We're now broke.
well, bro, I don't want to. What's the word? Appropriate people who are literally struggling. But we've spent a lot of we're doing all right, but we've spent a hell of a lot of money. A lot's come out, not so much come in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting now as the year goes on. If the same amount does come in, as usually does, it's going to feel like free money because we're not because we've spent all that money up front.
Yeah. Apart from the thing is that it'll just chip away at it is like obviously like the stuff that we get on site. But the shops and stuff like that, I think especially for some US festivals, I think they might hit hard.
Yeah, they're the big.
But we get smarter every time we do it.
We do. So Raz is talking specifically about like your big Walmart or Target shop, or even if we were going to like a download festival, the communal like download shop.
But we've learned with stuff like download, buy it at the co-op.
Buy at the co-op. Shout out the co-op. But so they're the only kind of big purchases that you can't front load. When we go on a trip, your highest expenses is usually your flights, and then you've got your RV / accommodation, and then you've got your tickets.
Yeah, your tickets. Maybe.
If we're buying tickets,
about the same price usually can be the hotel.
Yeah, like
or sometimes the hotel can be astronomical.
Yeah,
and be really stupid.
It can. Sometimes the RV can be stupid, like at Burning Man, where it was like $9,000.
Yeah, that was so dumb. But you know what?
They had us, mate. They had us by the balls.
Yeah, it's like you want it or not. This is the
700,000 views later. It's just about to tick over to 700K's. Burning Man. Couldn't be prouder of the work we did with that. And
I like that. It's a
money well spent.
What you would say? It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burner. Yeah. It's 696,000 views, and it all ends up worth it for sure. We when we break even, that's our view of a success. And but the thing we can't preempt too much is buying the shop. So we tried to, didn't we, Raz, with Coachella? We just got back from Coachella last week. I'm still a bit jet lagged.
I'm knackered today.
Yeah.
I thank you for that second coffee. I had a coffee this morning, and I start about midday. I started to feel like driving here. I was like, God, I'm so tired. But that second coffee's really sorted me out.
My sleeping pattern's just been off since. I think because I can't sleep on the jet like at all, or sometimes like 40 minutes, but I didn't coming back. And we've got that long ass day where it's the same day everyone has to have. But so you drive us 4 hours from Coachella to LAX pretty much. And then we've got the 11-hour flight. Then we got the hour tube, then the 3-hour train. And we really do not have a second in between to kind of rest and recuperate, and
can be a lot of stress. I
mean it's even though it wasn't super stressful for me, like in mental stress, it's stress on your body and on your cycle. And my body, I think what it does is it's like, because I've not slept, it's like, right, we might as well just go for the next day now. But then my jet lag's offset.
Yeah,
because I was like, fine.
Yeah,
I got the video done.
I find that in the hotel, when we get there, like to that Hilton place that we stay, whenever we land there, ready for to literally go to Coachella the next day, my body's like, I could go for a drink now.
Yeah,
I get my second wind or my third wind.
That's it. Your body gives you that second wind, and then for me, it just delays the jet lag. So I'm still a bit jet lagged from.
It's always worse coming back. Cause
it's terrible because you don't have anything to look forward to coming back.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nice to look forward to your own shower and your bed and stuff, but that's not a big distraction. Whereas waking up jet lagged in America and being like, we're off straight to Coachella.
Yeah,
obviously that takes over, and the excitement and the task at hand. But so we what was I saying? So we tried to pre-order the shop, didn't we, for Coachella? We were like, let's get everything out of the way, so we got as little to do in America as possible.
Yeah, literally I literally went online and got a US number that forwarded like to my number, because you need a US number to sign up to like click and collect on Walmart. So we went on a call and we got through everything.
2 hours we spent.
Yeah, 2 hours.
So we did a shared note, didn't we, of everything that we think we need.
Yep.
And then you categorized that and linked to specific
No,
products.
that was after. So then we made that list. We got on the call for 2 hours, tried to process the order. It looked as though it went through
$911.
but immediately it just like reverted and just didn't take the order. I'm convinced, maybe if you're from the US, let us know in the comments. But I'm convinced that they just, anyone in that area just shuts off the ordering system. And after doing that for 2 hours, I was just like, yeah, we could look for another Walmart like further out. But I can't be asked.
I don't think it is that. My speculation isn't that they've shut off click and collect, because they could inform you that before you go through the process on the website, just have the date like grayed out. I think when it goes through to the system and the system sees these guys have ordered 110 items, ranging from every category in this store.
Maybe
big heavy items, little underwear boxes and stuff.
The order picker in the back is gonna go. I don't want to do that.
I'm not getting paid enough to pick that. Though it was an auto cancel. I think the system is like
too many items,
too much.
Yeah. You're gonna come in anyway.
Or maybe the system is like, right, we've detected that more than 5 of these items we're gonna need to substitute. So for a customer service,
it's not that
is it not?
No, it's. You'll be surprised how like I don't know as of recent, but after working in retail IT, you'll be surprised how much stores don't know what the fuck they've got inside the store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's mental.
I guess the only retail. I mean, I've worked for a lot of retailers, but they're much more kind of the type to keep stock on stuff like electronics,
because they've been high value items,
fruit and veg.
Yeah.
How many bananas we got?
Raz, turn them around.
You got a few less after I've been through the self checkout. Let me tell you. So yeah, we try to minimize, because the shop is really draining.
Yeah.
And
after that cancelling, I was like, right, I'm going to reorder the note and break it up into like so can't do the shop online, can't just pick it up and then fuck off. We've now got to go in the store. And to be fair, we found like little additional things between the time
we did
to like just add on, and it's like, right, let's just do the shop as we normally would. So it's like, right, how can we make the shop as efficient as possible? Because what usually happens is 4 of us will go in, and everyone toddles off and goes like, oh, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this. Shove that in. Get this football. Shove it in. Oh, I want a bat and ball and shit like that. Just stop that. So it's like, right, this is the list. If you want all added on there, add it to the list. And everything had like a category of like, this is all food. This is snacks. This is like fresh stuff. This is all the booze. This is a soft drink. Here's like all the water. So like really categorized into like, you know, for example, home, like all of this stuff will be found in the home.
Camping, fresh food, fruit, noodles was its own specific category.
Yeah, that
sweets and snacks.
It needed its own.
Boxers was its own category.
Yeah.
Drinks, booze, medical, other, home, and cleaning were the categories.
Because like they're all like co-located in the store. So it was a really efficient. It was about as efficient as we probably could have been.
Yeah, I set a timer. It took us 1 hour and 11 minutes to do this shop.
That's not bad.
Which is pretty good. And there's only a few things on our list of probably 100 items that we couldn't get.
Yeah.
The camp showers.
Yeah, camp shower was. It would have been nice, but it wasn't that much of a problem. I thought it was going to be much more of a problem.
Yeah, the camp shower is great. It's just a plastic bag that you fill with water. You hang it on the side of your van or anywhere in the sun, and it just warms up, and then you shower with that water. We couldn't get those, but we just used the bottles of water.
Yeah, it did a job.
I know the optics are like kind of bad with like we're just potentially wasting water, but do you know what? It was the option that we had. We didn't want to queue for the long queue in the showers. Now, some people did say that there was no queue this year.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We didn't even check because in the past year, when Dan goes away for a shower, it takes him like 2 hours.
I'd say we use less water with the bottles of water, honestly, than if we were just stood in the shower.
I agree. I think it's just that people seeing like us open a bottle of water. And
the worst thing for me is the plastic. But we bought so much water because we assumed it'd be hotter as well.
Yeah.
Like
we actually ended up not using a full case of water and giving that away. But what is mad is, so I mean, I'm not trying to I don't want to get like anyone hating on me here, but I drink bottled water, right?
Yeah.
I am a bottled water drinker, and I buy a case of bottled water, and it just suits my lifestyle better. I'm not going to go into all the details, but it just does, and it ensures that I stay hydrated at home. And I might pay like £3 for a case of 12 waters twice a week. In Walmart, $5 for 48 waters.
It's mental.
It's insane.
America has a real big problem with their plastic usage. So like you'll buy, like I to be fair, I even bought some noodles the other day from Costco down here. Every single one of them is coated in plastic.
It's mental, man.
And it's so similar in America. Everything is coated in this plastic. What is it? Like kind of wrap. I'm sure you can't even recycle it.
It's just like what you'd get on it's like a sealed.
Yeah, it's awful. And some of their fast food, just a load of plastic that's just going to go straight to landfill. So I hate it.
Yeah, it is terrible. So we didn't get the camp shower. Another thing that we didn't get, pork crackling. We couldn't find the pork crackling. No. I really did try and find that for Bridie because I know he loves it. But side note, Bridie in the video mentions about his heart rate being really low.
Yeah,
that is obviously very concerning, and he's received an outpouring of advice and concern. Bridie is on his health trajectory again, not specifically because of that. He was even on it during Coachella. He wasn't eating and snacking through the day. He didn't touch his Dr. Peppers, which was annoying more than anything because they had to go in the bin. But he's on that journey now, and we can probably expect to see Bridie quickly switch into healthy Bridie mode again. The other things that we didn't get, there's only 3 other things that we didn't get from Walmart that were on our list.
Go on.
Melatonin.
You don't need them.
UTI medication.
But we didn't need them because we had all that cranberry juice.
We did. And lens cleaner.
Yeah, okay, didn't need it.
No, we didn't. So we needed, the reason for the lens cleaner was, so we went as a 4. I'll explain why we went as a 4, because there's been a few comments about where's Choc, where's Jake, where's Dan. So we'll come on to that in a bit, but we went as a 4, and I was a bit anxious because the 4 that we were going with are us two, Raz, Bridie and Mary, who aren't known for filming loads, is fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adds significant value in other areas that I couldn't add that value.
It's a different squad that I don't think we've ever had before.
We've not, but it was a great squad.
Yeah.
And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. But I was a bit anxious because I'm obviously doing the main shooting, and then Mary was like the second busiest camera. But Mary's footage always looks atrocious because she's got like fucking makeup and stuff, and just being a girl just ends up with her lens just covered in grease. So I said to Mary beforehand, like, look, Mez, I'm not trying to diss her, but like, if you've seen a lot of Mary's clips, you can see they're kind of foggy. And I said to Mary beforehand, like, I really need, can't afford you to, all your footage to look like that. And she made an amazing effort. She absolutely smashed it. She filmed loads. She, even without getting the lens cleaner, like, she obviously paid attention to it. And I'm really glad.
It's. You ask any pro photographer, what's the one thing that I can do that will like pretty much 100% improve the quality of my photos? It's always just clean your lens.
Wipe the lens, absolutely.
Make sure your lens is like perfectly clear, and you'll probably get a good photo. These phones are so good at taking photos, taking videos. As long as you just give the lens a wipe, it'll probably get a great shot because it can fucking work itself out.
And there's only like a couple of shots in that final video that like are with a dirty lens, and that's better than I could have asked for, and probably better than we would get on average, even with a different crew. But what did you think of the Coachella vid?
Can I be honest?
You not watched it?
No.
Fucking hell.
I haven't had fucking time.
I mean, you lived through it.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it on the flight back, but literally, as we were sat on the tarmac, I was dozing off and I was like, get in, I'm going to fucking bite into this.
So the fact that Raz was going to watch it on the flight back is a testament to how quick I worked to get that video out. God, I mean, when we were doing the airdrop, because I didn't do, a lot of people were very complimentary of like how quick I got it out, and I appreciate that. I got a lot of love. I could have been out way sooner. We lost 8 hours in the journey.
Yeah.
Which is factored into the release time. But also just arbitrarily waiting until a time where we thought is a good time to drop it for both US and UK markets. But I used to rush the videos, and, you know, there used to be times where even at past Coachellas, I'd be editing in the van. I used to get the download video out Monday.
Burning Man was a bad one.
At lunch. But this one, it was quick, but it wasn't rushed. Like, I was totally comfortable in the process. I did a tiny bit of editing on site, but not enough to actually eat into my enjoyable time. And
there was some downtime on site where it's like, we're literally just sat around now, and we don't have anyone to watch until 5. So fair play. I'm gonna go sit in the van and like do a tiny bit of editing because I want to stay out the midday sun.
I didn't have any power, so I could only edit as much as like half a battery would get me. But it was honestly, it was easy. It was a breeze. I'm so in tune with it now. Did as much pre-work as we possibly could. Our amazing sponsor, Neural DSP. Shout out to them, Raz.
Yeah, absolutely.
My favourite sponsor to work with by a country mile. They're just so good, man. This isn't a plug,
this is totally off script. Literally some of the best sounds that I've ever heard come out of a guitar. Genuinely, it was so much fun. So they asked us like, "Oh, could you feature this plugin?" Because I said to them like, "What do you want us to feature?" And they said, "Oh, it'd be great if you could you tell us."
Talk about that synth thing they wanted, didn't they?
Yeah. So I was like, it'd be more fun if you just tell us what to use, because that can breed a bit of creativity. And they were like, "Oh, try this out. Maybe try one of the synths." And I was like, "Oh, here we go. Like, how the fuck am I gonna get a synth into the intro music?"
Well, didn't we?
Yeah, just played about with some of the settings, and then found one and was like, "This is the one." Like, that sounds absolutely amazing. Like, it's kind of expanded beyond my realm of like what I would generally use in a song. I think the stuff is great.
But also, like, we recorded that theme song, and then I was like, these guys are so good to work with. I want to do it, because this is my first neural read. You did the last two. I was like, I'm going to spend a whole day, and I'm really going to make a great ad read, like the best I possibly can. And, just the fact, because the thing with the Coachella videos is we've done 2 prior with a sponsor, and another great client that I really value our partnership with, but much more of a stickler for the and they have to be because of the industry they're in. It's a finance company, but much more difficult to get an ad read through to approval, which often makes the Coachella video literally 10 times more stressful for me to produce. And working with Neural on this one, sent them the ad read.
Was it 7 minutes later?
7 minutes later,
great,
greenlit. Perfect. So it was really a breeze making this video, and
an enjoyable experience. It's really like put like what was, if you'd have asked me last year, I mean, you literally did ask me like, do you want to go back? And like, I don't know if I can be asked. And the lineup dropped. It's like, okay, pretty positive. And then like this whole experience has just been so positive. It's like,
this is the thing though, like because we weren't going to go to Coachella, and we'd committed amongst ourselves, we're not going to go. But then, even when the lineup was out, we were still like not gonna go, because it was like, how do we innovate? We've done one, which was like British lads discover it for the first time. Obviously, that speaks for itself.
Yep.
Then we did the one where it's like, we're back, and this time we've got some VIP access. And then we did the budget one, where I incorrectly and truly accidentally calculated the budget wrong, though we still did it quite affordable.
Yeah, I thought, it serves a purpose, that one. Like, you literally can do it on a budget.
And then we were like, right, what's the gimmick for this one? We don't have a gimmick. We don't need to be going back. And then
here's the gimmick. Have a good time.
That was it though. Like, so we did the lineup podcast and we were like, and then it ended up winning our lineup podcast thing, didn't it? It was the best lineup. So we were then like, it was me, you and Mary together. And we were then like, why don't we just go? We were like, oh, it would be good to go, but like, and I think we were kind of looking for an excuse to not go, because something peek behind the curtain is we're maxing out every video now, every future project, certainly overseas, with a 4-man crew. Yeah, maximum.
It's the ideal number. Fits in an Uber nicely, fits in a car even nicer. You got a bit of space. It's just the ideal travel size.
Any more than 4, and it's diminishing returns.
Yeah, you get 2 rooms, or sometimes you can fit in one hotel room. It's just
more
so
or
much
less
easier.
than 4, you're losing out. 4, perfect. If you've got less than 4, the thumbnail don't look as good. There's not as much good coverage. There's less. It's just much less balanced.
Yeah.
If you've got more than 4, each person over 4 people is probably costing you $1,500 to get out there as a business. And as much as we love everyone's company, you've got to look at it annoyingly. You've got to separate that and be like, okay, so a big victory lap for me was Stagecoach. We got 8 of us out to Stagecoach. That was amazing. And we did that. We literally have done it.
Yeah, it's great. But
was the 8th...
As a business, is thinking like, is this worth the money that we're paying for it? Probably not.
The person who contributed the 8th most.
yeah.
So the least.
Yeah. You already had 7, let's say. You're going to bring an 8th and go, are they worth?
How much better is... And it's hard to say it because these are your friends, but you've got to just step away from that and be like, if I am a business and I've got to fly 8 people out, could I get away with 7 people? Could I get away with 6? And 4 is absolutely the perfect thing. We are doing things with 5, but strictly UK stuff. Everything else, we're locking at 4. And with Coachella, it was me, you, and Mary doing that podcast where Coachella won. So we were like, why don't we go? And then we were like, almost kind of looking for a reason to stop us. We were like, what would make it really special is if Bridie was up for it.
Yeah.
And we kind of said, if Bridie's up for it, then we'll go. Along with another big project that we've got this year, which Bridie's involved with. Bridie's many of your favourite. We obviously don't have favourites, but we have known Bridie the longest, or certainly one of the longest, and we get to hang out with him maybe the least. That's fair to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's like the person that it's a real novelty for us when he's around. Not to take away from anyone else, but he's a rare treat. Bridie.
And they went through like a year or 2 of like literally almost not doing anything.
And the audience loves him just as much as we do. No, I've never seen anyone in as much demand as Bridie when Bridie's not around.
Yeah.
So it was like, right then, trying to create a situation where we're not going to Coachella. It was like, we'll go if Bridie says yeah.
I think there was also the annual leave thing. Like some of it's like
try
to take annual leave and like actually 2 days. Could we squeeze Coachella into just taking? Oh no! So I thought like, oh yeah, you got to take a day off either side.
Maybe, it was the bank holiday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was literally bank holiday weekend. I was like, brilliant. And then turned out we were traveling on my birthday. I got my birthday off, so I was like, fucking brilliant. Like one day annual leave
like for you.
One day annual leave. Do I want to go to Coachella for that price? Yeah, go on then.
And yeah, so while we tried to kind of engineer the pins to fall against us, if that makes sense, so that we didn't go, everything worked out, and we'll be super eager to return. And you know, because Coachella #1 was so big, there are some people that are like, oh, you're just doing the same thing again. But let me remind you, we did 13 Leeds festivals in a row.
Yeah.
And they all delivered. They all deliver. And if we can go back to Coachella each year as a 4,
yeah,
and the
just
Coachella
have a great
video,
time.
the Coachella video is just about to hit 200,000 views today, 6 days in. So it's been a huge success and has justified its own existence with just that view count alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then just sign me up for the next 10 Coachellas.
Yeah, I'd love to try some different camping options. I love car camping, but I romanticize it more than is.
It's not that good, is it? It's convenient.
It's great. It's the way to do it. But I would be interested in what other options are out there. Literally anything else. I'm less interested in not staying on site.
I never want to do like hotel.
Unless somehow we could show like all of the bougie fucking influencer parties that I'd hate to be
the
at.
Thing is, when
that would at least be a different angle and somewhat interesting.
When I rewatched our second Coachella video, which is British lads try Coachella 2023 weekend 1 general admission. There's bits where like we're in the VIP and we're saying like this is the VIP, and I just switched off myself. I was like, this is not relatable.
Yeah.
And for Coachella,
it's boring. There's not much going on there.
For this year's Coachella, we do get the artist guest pass. That's the pass that we have, because we've got an amazing friend within the Coachella system that looks after us. But we even made sure to kind of not use it as much.
There just wasn't a reason, because
we used it to get to the front for Green Day. We used it to get to the front for Post Malone. But we watched most of Lady Gaga from the middle. We watched most of the acts during the day from the middle. I'm not saying like, well, you know, we're so late, but it's anything that's like that VIP thing. Like I would never want to do like the off-site Coachella thing. I did want to do the camping option this year.
Yeah.
I was kind of fighting for us to do the camping, but I was overruled because it's warm. And fair enough, like we've just booked a festival this afternoon in a much warmer place where we are camping.
Yeah.
So I get that out of that. But yeah, I mean, the Coachella video, some people said it was the best one ever from us. Some people said it's the worst one we've done. But it's got a lot of love. And most importantly, following along with the Wild Weekends vibe, we just had a great time. I'm sure I was a bit annoying. I'm sure I was a bit annoying at times, Raz, but like there was no, compared to like the previous years where I'm really trying to push like a narrative and a message. And let's cover this. Let's go in here.
Oh, we need to go on the wheel. We need to do that now. Let's do that now.
We just didn't.
Yeah.
And that is the way.
The only thing that let me down about the whole thing was it didn't have that. I'm romanticizing this maybe a bit too much, but didn't have that like great night at the Dome. We had a decent day zero, but like I wanted to, so like we tried to go out on the Friday night.
Yeah, so we went out day zero.
Yeah. And that was decent. That's like the place to be. It's the only place you can go in camping.
Day one we didn't, because me and Bridie got back from Mustard. You two got back from Gaga, but me and Bridie had been sat for 30 minutes then in the cold, so we were fucked.
Yeah.
And then day two we went out, but only it was like completely dead.
Yeah.
Me and Bridie lost interest.
Because who was still on? What's his name? Design in the Desert.
Travis
Scott.
Thrilled that we did an amazing job. Didn't even fucking acknowledge Travis in that video. Like if you watch that video, you wouldn't even know Travis Scott was a part of it.
Have you seen any of his performance?
No.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, fuck him. I was thinking if we're not, but if we went to Leeds Fest this year, I would just splice in like a previous headliner and just pretend that that's who we've seen.
Yeah, I've just got no time for it. Again, it's if you like Travis Scott, fair play. But I'm gonna diss you right now, so maybe turn off your ears for 10 seconds. It's music for people who want to hold the phone up and record that one song, and then post it to the story and say, "Yeah, look at me, I'm doing something interesting." You're at a gig. Go like see some artist who puts like their body and soul into the performance.
Fuck Travis Scott.
Yep.
For many reasons, but Yeah, it was great. Really happy with how it turned out. Really happy with the experience I had. So we, as I say, we went as a 4. There was a lot of people saying like, "Where's Jake? Where's Choc? Where's Dan?" Just the nature of how I explained how we landed on doing Coachella, and the new 4-person rule. In reality, taking away you driving, Raz, for a sec, in terms of just company, swapping out any of them, and I'd have had it would have been a great time. But that's just how it fell. But sometimes we do. There's never like we don't want this person at this event. I don't want anyone to think that. But sometimes there's like almost a pre-understood group. So like, let's say if we go back to Rock am Ring, which I hope we will.
Yeah. Not
this year, but that's going to, by default, it's going to be me, you, Jake and Dan.
Yeah, like Dan would enjoy that one more than Choc, let's say.
And we did the first Rock am Ring. We did the second Rock am Ring. If we go back to Tomorrowland, my first crew of choice would be me, you, Jake, and Choc.
Yeah,
because we did it before. And we did EDC,
and it's important because it's like going to, shut me up. Allow this just for like 5 seconds. We go to LA a lot. Sorry.
Thankfully, not for a while now.
Yeah, we don't want to. Again, I sound like a prick. But yeah, we go there. But you know what you got to do each time you go there? Oh, let's go down Santa Monica Pier. Now, me, Rob, Bridie, Dan, we had the blessing of going together years ago, and we all did the things that we wanted to do. But then you add Choc into that mix, and now he wants to go do all those same things.
Which is totally fair enough. Jake wanted to do it.
I've been there with Rach. I literally went to New York with Rach, like back into last year. I had to do all the same things. Happy to do it. Loved it. My feet were killing me. I'll never do it again. I'm glad it's out the way. But doing that on camera, like again, and having to invest your time doing that would be such like it'd be like us showing this is the Leeds Fest main stage again that you've seen 17 times. It just wouldn't work. We're not interested in it. You're not really interested in it.
It's good to come up with a crew for certain types of events, and then do those events with that crew.
Yeah,
and. So we're off to DEF CON 1. And
unfortunately,
it makes total sense, makes total sense for that to be me, you, Choc and Jake, because we did Tomorrowland, we did EDC, we did Tomorrowland Winter. So that is the default crew for that. Now, Jake doesn't want to go, so which is fair enough. So
now, just so you wait, he said he doesn't want to go.
So now
it's his choice. We're not being dicks. He said he doesn't want to go, and we're like, sick, fine.
So now it's like, then you've got to think. I guess maybe I'm over explaining, and maybe I don't owe anyone an explanation, but just trying to explain that like
you've got like another 20 minutes to fill, don't we?
These are the reasons why, like, when people's like, oh no, Chocky, like Chocky's vibe is unmatched. Chocky at Burning Man was such a great vibe. I love Chocky to his core. But yeah, Chocky wasn't at Coachella. Do you know what? Raz wasn't at Camp Flognor.
Yeah.
The only constant is me. And that's because I'm paid.
Yeah.
And there is an expectation for me. If you're paid, there is an expectation for you to facilitate.
I'd be there every week if you could afford me.
Absolutely, mate. I wish we could. Believe me, I wish we could, because obviously I love hanging out with you.
Because I want 6 months off a year.
That is the thing. So we're just coming to the end of my, like, the kind of deal was for me, unspoken but just understood, was I'm paid by the channel because of you lot tuning in and my brothers enabling me to get paid. And obviously that then means I do everything.
That's the deal, isn't it?
There's no like, can I have this? Do you mind if I just take a week? No, it's not good enough, because then from like November through to end of May, I've only got like 1 monthly commitment.
Yep.
And it allowed me to play Red Dead Redemption 2 100%.
Yeah.
And
I look forward to my time.
Oh, it's fucking amazing. But I am really looking forward to ramping back up now into like busy. And it's busier than ever this summer. for me.
It feels. I don't know if it's just me because I'm not obviously there every week, but it feels a lot. I don't want to say calmer, but it doesn't feel as like full on as last year already.
Well,
talk to me in 8 weeks.
The ethos is less is more.
Yeah.
This year, that's what I've kind of presented as the thing. Let's do less, but let's do stuff that we've been trying to do for a long time, and let's do it better. Let's do the stuff we are doing in a better way.
And let's worry about it next year when we have no idea what to do.
And I've already started compiling a list. If I hear another thing about this electric forest, mate, we got to go there. Gathering the Juggalos, we need to do that 2026.
Where's electric forest?
Oh, in America somewhere, but Shambhala in Canada.
Yeah.
Like all these, we need to get them done like next year. But for this year, it's the calm now before the storm. We're off to the US again, to a totally new state, totally different coast. Can't fucking wait. We're going with Mary, and she's finally gonna because Mary is Mary's the one who's never had any American tourism.
Yeah, true.
Like we've gone with Choc, we've gone with Jake, we've gone with Bridie, Dan, and Raz and myself, and we've all had some bit of tourism. But Mary, bless her, has never been able to actually get a feel for America because we land, we're straight to the event, we're straight out, we're straight back to the UK.
Literally like being a band on tour, where you think, you used to think as a kid, like, oh, it must be so cool to be in a band and like go on tour.
It no doubt
America.
is,
and it is. But like the reality of it is, you play that. Let's say you play a show at like you're out there at 11 p.m. You load out by like 1 to 2 a.m. You're on the road. You wake up in a different place. You got to do sound check, and you got to be around the venue all day. And then guess what? Same thing day after day after day. You don't actually see any of the place that you are beyond maybe the local McDonald's.
Yeah, Mary's been like that since she first started coming to America with us. So I'm really glad that we got 2 trips this year to 2 brand new US states for 2 brand new festivals that we've never done. And Mary gets to finally experience that bit of, because we've got 4 days free in America for one of them and 2 days free, and we're going to be doing wild weekends on each of them, and I can't wait. And
not a weekend.
And it's they don't need to know it's not a weekend.
Yeah.
When I upload a wild weekend, if it's not taking place on a weekend, I just say like Friday. And it's like, so if anyone checks like when me and Chucky went to that basketball, it's like apparently that's like Saturday, but it's actually like, well, it was probably like a Tuesday evening.
Brilliant.
But and it's about getting that balance as well, as like, so Mary does so much for the channel in terms of like the audience lover. She's fantastic, but she's never had that opportunity to do that. So it's great now to be like, right, Mary, now's your turn. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Saying that, some of the guys like Choc and Jake, what have they had?
I spent 9 days with Choc in LA. Remember?
Oh yeah, true.
And then Val's, lest we forget, had a significant opportunity.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But that's not the point of this conversation. The Jake, when we first went to Coachella, we had like 3 days, didn't we, of free time?
Was that the second
we did,
year?
and and also think about when we were young as well. So like when we went to Grand Canyon and stuff.
Yeah,
so it's about
true.
It's about making sure that just like,
oh, we've had some great times.
We have, man. We're so blessed. But it's about making sure that like first and foremost, the video project is good. And second, is there a fair spread of like giving back to those that help us create the best content? Does that make sense? Yeah. So like, that's why to me it makes sense to like, now Vali's, you've all seen Vali has stepped back of his own accord, and he's decided to not be involved in a significant amount of the content this year. That's no mystery. You've all seen that. I miss Jake. We haven't seen Jake for some of the guys. I haven't seen Jake since last year or New Year's Eve maybe.
But you just signed him on to one that I'm very envious of.
Can't wait to spend more time with Vals, but he's focusing on other parts of his life, and it's best said.
It's a great crew, that as well.
What, me, Chris, Jake, and Mary?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, every crew is great.
Yeah, but
that's a rare one.
But Chris,
that's the crew where we kind of
mic drop,
hell
name
yeah.
drop.
But so Jake's obviously stepping back, and it's like, right then, so now we've got a permanent. Jake was a permanent fixture. Now let's try and get like Mary and Chuck and Dan in more often, stuff like that. So I'm probably over explaining, but I just wanted to say that why no Jake, why no Chuck, why no Dan? That's some of the reasons. The next time we go to America, half the squad is different to the Coachella squad. And then the time after that, there's changes as well. And then we've got some squads this year where we're doubling up, and I'm not in one of them because I'm at a festival of one place and the guys are at another. And you can expect to see a really good mix of people from the channel. Everyone's kind of going to get hopefully some great memories out of this summer. And that is the second priority after make sure the video's really good.
Shaping up to be a good one already, mate. Would you believe it's 20 degrees right now?
It feels it, mate. It's warm in here.
Yeah.
I want to just talk a little bit about economics of the channel. I know we've kind of talked about that a little bit, and specifically about a very small percentage of people that were upset with me because I released a Patreon video. You've seen this, Raz. We talked about it last night. So for the last 2 years, we've done Coachella, and we've done Coachella with a crew of 6 and 7, respectively. And we've ended up with loads of footage, and we've put out 2 main channel Coachella videos. Now, video 1 is always the headline video, the video that we went out intending to make. Video 2, which we sometimes call the B-sides or the dark side or whatever, and we had one of these for Stagecoach as well, is the happy accident where it's just about good enough to go on the main channel, and there's a sponsor that eagerly wants to work with us. So we put that together, sling a sponsor on it, put it out, and it helps us reimburse our trip that we've just had.
Yep.
So this year we went to Coachella with just 4. So the footage that we got was significantly less, and we ended up with we didn't end up with footage worthy of being like a second main channel video. It just doesn't exist. But what we did have was the cutting room floor stuff, the stuff that didn't fit in the main video, but there's still a cobbled together project there, but it could never be polished up to main channel standard, if you get me. Does that make sense?
I guess it works because of the understanding that anybody that will watch that has the context of the original main channel video as well.
But this year's kind of B-sides, as I've called it this time, isn't even...
It's not a B-sides.
So you've got the main Coachella video from last year. Then you've got essentially a second Coachella video of A-roll that was not included.
Yeah.
And then you've got stuff that you never see.
Yeah.
This year, the stuff that you'd never see, I've put together as a B-side. It's an hour long, and it's gone on the Patreon. Why has it gone on the Patreon, Raz? Why did we put it on the Patreon? Can you think why we might put some exclusive content on the Patreon?
To reward people for people who are interested. Here's a reward for actually being
the main source of revenue.
Yeah, a Patreon supporter or a TPD supporter on Patreon. It's like you can't just give it. If you're saying to people, "Hey, sign up to Patreon," why should I? Everything's available for free online. Well, fuck it then. I won't sign up to your Patreon because what's the fucking point?
The thing is with our patrons is there's a lot of them, and I appreciate it. But even though there's a lot of them, I still feel connected to them, and I truly love and appreciate everyone here, whether you're on the quid or the 100 quid tier, and I want to give them as much as I can to say thank you. So in the last kind of 6 months, we've made quite a few Patreon exclusive a day in the life little videos. Nothing that would be main channel worthy in 2025, but stuff that rewards our most loyal supporters that put us where we are financially and enable us, but also because they are they like us so much that they support us, they're going to like that content, if you get me.
Yeah.
So this is not a new thing. We've been doing this now for 2 years, exclusive Patreon videos, and every creator pretty much does this. I watch YouTube exclusively. I don't watch TV. I don't watch Apple TV. I don't watch Netflix. I watch YouTube, and I pay for YouTube Premium, but I don't go any further than that. There's one channel I'm a Patreon of, and sometimes I'll get to the end of like an amazing video essay, and I'll get a sponsor. It's like, I'm sponsored by Nebula. You can join now, and I've made a special video just for Nebula, and you can see it now. And it's a really common thing to do.
Yeah, it's like 90% of you, 90% of you, won't be interested. But for the less than 10% that want to support me, and who have seen this as like, not like a commercial, but like, this is what I do. Do you want to pay for it for something even more specific that you will probably love and don't mind paying a couple of quid for? My answer would be like, yeah, fuck you.
So the difference with this video is I announced that this video existed on YouTube. I put out a YouTube community post, said, hey guys, if you're a patron, the B-sides are up now. It's over an hour of unseen footage. And I got a little bit of backlash, and I don't want to address it too much because it really wasn't that many. But there were people saying, so someone said, lost all respect for you because it's behind a paywall. It's like, well, sorry, but this is nothing new. And it's integral that we reward. I'm not saying join the Patreon. I'm saying thanks to people who have already joined. Do you know what I mean? But then there was also a thing of like, we missed the times where it was simpler, where like I was having a back and forth with a guy, and it was a civil conversation, you know, but it was like, it's a shame you paywall your most loyal supporters. I remember there's some simpler times, no expensive trips, just night out and fun games and stuff. So I was like, let us know like what you want to see. Like if you're not super happy with these expensive, because we're not just doing stuff because it's expensive. We're doing stuff because we are a festival review channel.
Yeah, like,
and we get recommended festivals by our audience, so we go to those festivals. But listen to this though. So
there's been some really cheap videos that like have literally cost next to fuck all that have performed incredibly well. Like, case in point, our chicken chop video.
Brilliant.
So unbelievable, literally by its nature, unbelievably cheap.
But sorry, go on.
But did incredibly well. So we don't just do things because they're expensive.
But this comment, one of the comments was like, this is such a shame. Loved you guys when you were sleeping in the back of cars and dodgy hotels, but now it's bigger and there's a paywall to watch you. And then another comment from the same person, because I'm saying like, tell us what you want from us. It's like, just like to see cheap nights out or simple things like theme parks or days out at the seaside.
Great news for you, mate. Who left that in a comment? Spent last weekend sleeping in a car. Going to be sleeping in a panel van shortly.
Yep.
Again.
You want to see us at a theme park? Video before last, we're at a theme park. Now, granted, it's in LA, but it's the theme park all the same. You want to see nights out? We just did the Isle of Man.
Yeah,
And this is a real vocal minority. It's super minority. It's probably not worth me even addressing, but I want to because I do care about. I hate to think that I'm disappointing any of our audience, whether you've watched for a week or watched for a long time. I don't want to disappoint you. And as a creator and someone who prides himself on entertaining you, I am sorry if you're disappointed and if you do feel that way. But this is nothing new, and some people are just, you know, the stuff that they've outlined that they're missing, like the nights out and the sleeping in the vehicle and staying in dodgy hotels. Like, I'm sorry, but every time we stay in a hotel, it's the cheapest possible option.
Yeah.
With one example that you said of an outlier, which was the 1975 tour in 2022. Like, we've just booked, and not because of this comment, I assure you, but we've just booked a 4-bed hostel to stay in a week in sweltering hot Barcelona because it's the cheapest one.
The problem there is, unfortunately, it wasn't cheap. It was the cheapest.
It wasn't cheap.
And and guess what? It'll be a shithole. but it's an expensive shit.
But yeah, let me assure you that if you think now that we're about the more expensive, some of the stuff that we do, especially overseas, costs more. Of course it does. But we are always still, what's the cheapest way we can get there?
Yep.
What's the cheapest place we can stay? How can we spend as little on site? There is absolutely never a second thought of like, can we be a bit comfier? It is always the cheapest. So
I'm a big believer in like, the hard, there's a cost benefit to doing stuff cheap, but also the hard times do kind of bond you as friends. Like, you'll know this if you've been to like any festival in the world and you've been carting way too much shit to your campsite, and your mate's going like, oh, just a bit further, and you're there with a crate under each arm, a tent on your back, and chairs and shit, and you're just like, I physically can't carry all this, but you do. You end up doing it, and somehow you get there. But that kind of almost being broken down, and like it being in misery, but then is so offset by the joy that you get when you're having a good time in very close proximity to each other. And it bonds you as people, and it just makes for a better weekend.
We can't get enough of the slog, man. We can't get enough of doing it like that. Like, when you drove, so we stayed in the cheapest hotel before Coachella. This isn't on the video, but even off camera, like, cheapest hotel that we could find. It's a Hilton, right? But they're still cheap as fuck out there.
Yeah,
it is the cheapest one.
That's interesting. What? Hilton over here.
Viewed as like it's viewed as a premium, isn't it?
Hilton over there, quite reasonable, to be fair. Like, it's not a Super 8. It's not like a Motel 6 or whatever. Like, they are.
But we would stay in one of them if there was one near Coachella.
Yeah, if you know what, if there is, let us know.
But me and Bridie couldn't. It's like, I'll stay on the shit sofa bed. No, you stay on the shit sofa bed, mate. No, you had the shit sofa bed last night. We're all about the slog. So it does piss me off when...
It was my birthday, to be fair.
And you'd just driven us there, so you get the preferential treatment, like, by default. That's the right thing. Also. But, it just kind of winds me up when it's like, we can only do this because of our amazing supporters on Patreon. It's one of the revenue streams of the channel. You got that, you got merch, you got sponsors, you got AdSense.
Yeah, don't be fooled when you say we can only do this because of Patreon and because of sponsors and all that. We can only just about do it. We're not like, hey, shall we get this beautiful hotel in the Coachella Valley? Yeah, let's get the one with the big pool and the
we just about do it, and we celebrate breaking even, don't we?
Yeah,
it's not like we're getting millions of views.
If we break even and we've had a good time,
then what an amazing life we live if we can do that and break even. We're not always breaking even. And it's just a shame when our most loyal revenue stream, and we reward them with a video that I know they will like, but isn't good enough for the rest of the channel, and then people are still like, "You've changed." Believe me, I absolutely have never changed to a fault.
I don't know. You eat better now.
I mean, fair enough. I guess I've changed that. Anyway, see you later, guys. Yeah. But it just wound me up more than it should have done, because it was only maybe 10 people saying it. But I love to think of this reality of like, just film nights out. Nights out are some of the rare time where we're doing something where we don't have to film it.
Yeah, got it.
And imagine like the next upload is, we've gone out in Leeds. 8-minute video.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about this sort of stuff because it sounds deeper than it is. But like, what's the story there? What is somebody clicking? Like, why is somebody? I don't want to say like what. I was about to say, why is somebody clicking on that video? That paints a terrible narrative.
I get what you mean.
But why is somebody watching our video of us going on a night out? I mean, do they just enjoy us, our virtual company? And
one of the comments was like that. It's like, I feel like I'm part of the family. I feel like I'm part of the squad. Great. We're doing our job right then. But feel like part of the squad with us at Coachella.
Yeah.
It's the same exact energy.
At the end of the day, we've got to do something interesting to us so that we're like hyped and we're excited on the video and it's something that we want to do. Half the time when we go on a night out, it's like, I don't fucking want to go on a night out. It's just, it's my default.
Also, like, so the last kind of night out video that we probably did was 2016, probably, maybe 2017. Like, we're 32 now. We still have a great social life. We live near the city. We go out often. We go out with people who aren't a part of the channel, who maybe don't want to be vlogged.
Yeah,
there is that. It just deflated me a bit because I've worked really hard this week to please everyone, and you're never going to please everyone. But some people saying that they've lost respect for us. Well, take your respect then.
Good. Hey, guess what? Don't sign up to the Patreon.
Literally don't.
It's as simple as that.
And if you are there, please understand how much we value you.
Yeah.
And please don't join because you've heard us talk about this. This isn't an ad or a call to action.
I do enjoy the shut up. I do enjoy the Discord though.
Love the Discord. I need to jump back in there actually because Annette's been in there today. I need to see what she's been saying. She's one of our patrons, but also like we've met her in real life a couple of times in the States. Really nice lass. Would have liked to have spent more time with her at Coachella, but we were fucked, and it was late. I think we were just fucking off. But
yeah,
you know, it's a great community, and for the 99% of people who understand the economics of running a channel, because no channel with 200,000 subscribers has the costs that we do. There isn't a single channel.
Oh, I think about this all the time.
There is not one channel our size that gets 100,000 views a video that is spending as much as us. And we're so dedicated to still entertaining, and it's such a privilege for us to do that we just put it all straight back in.
I watch creators all the time who will maybe be our size, and they'll put out a banger of a video that is right up my street. And usually I'm more inclined to watch it when it's like high 100,000s. And if it's got over 1 million views, I'll watch it because, you know, people like voting with your wallet is like, oh, people must have people.
There's a reason it's got that many views kind of thing.
And often I'll think like, what was the budget for this video? And then I think it didn't have one, not because it literally the budget was whatever it wanted, but it cost almost nothing to make. He'll have had like, this person will have had all the kit. They literally just set up their camera, or maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's just a faceless video, like some of those channels, and he's just researching an interesting topic and talking about it. Guy's got like 1 million views.
I watch loads of this type of stuff.
Yeah, and it's.
And I agree with you, and it's not a case of like, wow.
But I'm so envious.
But like,
I love what we do, but I'm like, God.
I mean, I wouldn't trade it because we have an amazing time. But you know, we've got to be the only channel pulling in 100k views a vid that is spending like sometimes into the 5 figures for a vid.
Yeah.
My favorite creators out there will put a ton of academic knowledge and thought into their videos that we don't have to do, you know, video essays and stuff, which is a skill I certainly don't have. But sometimes when you do kind of zoom out, you're like, fuck me, man, you sat in your room just talking to the camera.
Yeah. Take like Vsauce, for example.
Oh, what is he? Michael, upload for fuck's sake.
You watched all this. You watched that video about like why he doesn't make videos.
Yeah. God, I love Michael from Vsauce.
For example, he made some of the best content I've ever seen, especially on YouTube, and therefore I've ever seen, because most of my content is from YouTube. But like, what were his costs to produce a video? Like, obviously, he spent so much time researching it.
That's the cost,
checking
innit?
it in depth.
His cost is like, because when you watch the Banaktarski Paradox video, which is my favorite Vsauce video, at the end he's like, these are the books I read.
Yeah. So he's paying with his time. It will also have someone who's like proofing it. He'll have an editor and all this. So like, not talking like, obviously I'm sure he pays well, but like, they're not astronomical costs, I'm sure. But he will get millions of views to just stand in front of a camera and talk, not to travel anywhere or anything like that.
But do you know what?
But then, on the contrary, think about his YouTube Red series, where like they must have put so much money into that, and it bombed.
It'll have been like multi-million.
Yeah.
But do you know what, mate? To be totally honest, I think if you swapped me and Michael around, and Michael had to go and cover Coachella, and I had to deliver a video on like the next kind of Paradox, he would definitely be better at what we do than we would at his do. So, you know, you got to recognize real out there. The point is,
how much does Coachella weigh?
But the
oh, you know it'd be great.
What?
Him on Dave Rat.
No.
Dave Rat is the guy who designs. He has an audio company. He designs like speakers and audio stuff. But he is the guy behind all of the sound systems at Coachella.
Oh yeah, I know that.
So he's very well known in the industry. But he's so smart. But his presentations, I hope he don't watch this.
If he does, I'd love him to watch it.
Yeah. But his presentation style isn't for everyone. Let's say that. If it was Michael from Vsauce presenting his stuff, I would be in there for days, because it's so this guy Dave he's so like thorough, and like just swap him out with Michael. It'd be so good.
Michael is the guy, man. He's probably the YouTuber I'd want to meet the most.
Yeah.
I love Michael from Vsauce. Michael Stevens.
How are the other two?
How are they?
Yeah.
In what sense?
They're still going. I haven't seen much of them.
Kevin is the Vsauce 3.
Yeah.
Who's like the much smaller one.
Yeah.
And then Jake Roper is Vsauce 2. I like both of them.
Yeah, I
probably like them in I like Vsauce 1 the most, Vsauce 2 the second, Vsauce 3 the third. But I
always like Jake. He was like,
yeah, Jake was cool. But like neither of the Jake or Kevin as good as they are. Michael is the guy, and he's too busy pissing about with the Curiosity Box, which is an amazing thing he does, which supports a great charity. I was going to sign up for it, but the cost of it versus my personal outgoings, it just didn't add up.
Is that defined as a loot crate?
Loot crate is. Yeah, it is the same kind of product category, but it's not like with a Loot Crate. It was like Loot Crate was a brand specific, and then a Loot Crate as a
was like
concept is like
box.
It's like, so that is like, here's a load of shit that's not selling in Forbidden Planet. Let's sling it in, total up its highest ever possible retail value, and sell it. Whereas with Curiosity Box, it's bespoke made things specifically for that
I was in
HMV
the other day, and I see them all stacked.
Yeah, it's shit.
And I think of like, what a great brand, HMV, his master's voice. Like, what a great like record store. It carries so much weight, and they're there
just
like,
full of cheap
flogging
shit.
pop fucking figures. Yeah. Somehow still stocking DVDs and CDs. I don't know who's buying them. If you are, then just put them on a hard drive, man. It's well easier.
Some people do say CDs are better.
They're wrong. They're just plain wrong.
Thanks so much for listening, folks. Hope it's not been a bit too moany, and hopefully you've enjoyed a little bit of a peek around the curtain, behind the curtain. If you've got any more questions about how the channel runs and operates, do let me know. Also, let me know what you'd like to see on the Patreon. We've got, I'm hoping to do another behind the scenes video in our busiest ever month.
Like 3 more B-sides, is that all right? Of the Coachella?
I don't think there's even a 10-minute B-sides left. But thanks to everyone. We've had such an amazing response on Coachella yet again. 200,000 views in a week. It's trending above 2024's video. So we couldn't be happier. We will return.
Yeah. As always, there is some, as of today, because we've just decided on what a lot of stuff we're doing in particular, there's some mental stuff coming.
Can't wait.
You know it's good when I'm literally sat here now, incredibly excited.
Yeah. And we owe it all to you lot watching, to people tuning in, voting with their attention and voting with their wallets for independent content creation. It allows us to truly have a blast, mate, and it is not wasted on us. You know, some people might be upset that we're kind of forgetting where we came from or whatever. Trust me, we ain't. We are so humbled by...
wearing a Beaston t-shirt at Coachella, man.
We are so humbled by everyone for tuning in, and we love you all. Right, we've done 6 hours of work today, so time to clock off.
Yep. See you.
Bye.
It's been wonderful. Bye bye.
Good chat.